What is going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. Now today I'm super stoked because in my hands I have the world's darkest acrylic paint, Black 3.0, which supposedly absorbs over 99% of all visible light, making 3D objects look 2D. Came across a few videos of this paint on the internet and it absolutely just blew my mind. So I had to get my hands on it and see, is this thing legit or not? So today the plan is I'm gonna test out this paint on a bunch of different stuff, like some paintable dinosaurs, styrofoam balls, mini canvases, my AirPods case, an iPhone case. I'll even throw my water bottle in there as well, just so we have a good sense of how well this paint holds up on different surfaces, textures, will it peel, will it chip, all that good stuff. And also just get a really good comparison of how dark this paint is. I also got my hands on the world's second darkest acrylic paint, Black 2.0, along with some random different matte and glossy paints on Amazon. So we have a fair comparison to make. So you guys are interested and want to know how well does this paint stack up? Is it the real deal? Will it blow your mind? Go ahead and smash that like button. Let's hop straight into the video. Now the story behind Black 3.0 is actually very entertaining, and it all starts out with this guy, Anish Kapoor, who is most probably known for creating the Cloud Gate in Chicago, although everyone just calls it the Bean. Now Kapoor was granted exclusive licensing rights to use Vantablack in artwork, which a few years ago was the darkest material in the world. And this really pissed off a lot of the world's art community because this is such a cool material to use, and only letting one person use it just didn't sit well with them. Especially this guy, Stuart Semple. So in complete pettiness, Stuart Semple created the world's pinkest pink and made it available to everyone in the world except for Anish Kapoor. In fact, if you go to buy the world's pinkest pink, you have to state that you are not Anish Kapoor, you're not buying it on Anish Kapoor's behalf, and to the best of your knowledge, it will not reach Anish Kapoor's hands. I'm sure as you guys can imagine, this really pissed off Anish Kapoor. So he posted on his Instagram a picture of Stuart Semple's pinkest pink in a very symbolic way. So then Semple, along with a few other artists around the world, went after Vantablack by creating the world's second darkest acrylic paint, Black 2.0, and then the world's darkest, Black 3.0. However, that was all a while ago, and I'm hearing now there's another super dark paint in the Asian market called Monsu Black, and MIT also created their own darkest material in the world, which supposedly toppled Vantablack and is 99.9996% light absorbent. So that's all the backstory. Right now I'm just applying a layer of Black 2.0 to everything you guys are seeing, since 2.0 sticks really well to most surfaces, especially metallic ones. And then I'll put a few layers of Black 3.0, let it sit for 48 hours to reach peak darkness, and we'll see how everything turns out. Alright guys, everything's been painted. I let it sit for over 48 hours so it's reached peak darkness, and the results are pretty mind-blowing. So in low light, actually just exceeded my expectations, and it creates this really cool dark hole black void effect, which I love. It really just makes the object makes the 3D object look 2D. If you're paying attention, you can kind of just slightly notice where the light hits the paint. It looks more dark gray than does black, but it's very hard to notice. And honestly, I'm really impressed by Semple and the creators of this paint here, because it's just 10 out of 10 in low light. However guys, in normal mid-lighting throughout the day, we do start to lose that black hole effect. Don't get me wrong though, the paint still looks absurdly dark. It'll definitely catch someone's eye if they've never seen it before, but it's really clear to see where light's hitting the paint. It's creating that dark gray silhouette, just showing off the object that it's 3D, and it's just not comparable to Vanta Black in that sense. Now, when you compare Black 3.0 to Black 2.0 and the rest of the random dark black paints I bought on Amazon, it's very, very clear to see that 3.0 just dominates the competition. These paints look dark blue or even gray compared to Black 3.0, and I'm very impressed there. And now, of course, in super high light conditions, direct sunlight, it's pretty clear to see that the paint loses all of that black hole, dark void effect. It's still fairly dark, but it just starts to look dark gray or even dark blue in that direct light. Now, functionality-wise, the paint isn't that great. You definitely can't paint your car or bike with it. It does not weather well. And like any kind of acrylic paint, it can scratch off, so be mindful of what you're using it on. And unfortunately, you cannot put a top coat on it, since according to Semple on his website, that can destroy the effect, since it'll react with the paint and just create this shiny, shimmery, dark gray paint that you definitely don't want for Black 3.0. So be mindful what you're painting it with if you guys do choose to pick up the paint. And if you guys do decide you want to grab it, it's very affordable at only $22. I'm sure Semple could have charged over $100 and people would still buy it. So HC's living by his idea that art should be available to everyone. And I'll be sure to have his website link in the description below. So if you guys enjoyed the video or learned something, you should give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next week for the next video.